Dear students and working accountants, welcome to my Smart Tally Prime YouTube channel. My name is Barbara from Hyderabad. Before we enter into the topic today, an advice to you. If you want to learn Tally Prime, GST, TDS, TCS, everything perfectly, gain expert knowledge and become expert accountants, please follow all the videos in my channel in the same serial number wise and practice many number of times. So you'll get expert knowledge and you'll become expert accountant. And everyone visiting my channel, definitely don't forget to subscribe the channel if you have not already done. And then click the bell icon and select all. You will get notification for all the videos which I upload in my channel. And then please share my channel with all others, all your friends or with anybody who want to learn all these topics. And then view the every video till the end. Don't skip in the middle. If you skip, so in the later part, the practical work on the Tally Prime, you cannot understand and you will miss it. So view the video, every video till the end. And after viewing that, if the video is good, please like my video. And in the bottom, in the comment section, please definitely, without forgetting, post your video, comment about this topic in the comments area. Right now, we will go to our topic today. So today, our topic is TCS in the books of the buyer. TCS in the books of the buyer. Actually, in the last video, we discussed and learned about the TCS on sale of goods. So TCS on sale of goods means the goods will be sold by the seller. So TCS will be collected by the seller from the buyer. He will calculate and he will record the TCS collected from the buyer. In the same case, if he is selling the goods, the other person is the buyer, and the seller will record in his books as sales in the sales voucher and issue the sales invoice. But the buyer will record the same transaction in his books as the purchase. That's why he records in the purchase voucher. So sales to the seller is purchase to the buyer. When the seller is collecting the TCS on the sales, the buyer has to pay the same TCS on his purchases. So he calls it as TCS on purchase. For seller it is sales TCS on sale of goods. For buyer it is TCS on purchase of goods. So in the case of seller, he will calculate and he will collect the TCS and he will pay to the government. But in the case of the buyer, he will not do anything. He will just record the purchase transaction with TCS. The TCS to be collected by the seller mentioned in the invoice, sales invoice. So the buyer also will record in his sales voucher, purchase voucher as the TCS, and he will collect it. He will pay the money to the buyer, seller. The seller will pay to the government, and this money will be with the government for the whole year, and that will be adjusted against the income tax payable by the buyer at the end of the year when he is filing the income tax return. That is why till that time it is an asset to the buyer, and the seller calls it as TCS payable on sales. TCS payable on sales. But here the seller, he has to receive from the government. So it is receivable. So buyer will record in his books as TCS receivable. It is a asset, and he will create it under not tax, duties and taxes. It's not a duty or tax. He's not going to pay. It is receivable from the government. So it is an asset to him. So he will create this TCS receivable account under current assets. Under current assets, he will record. So this is what, and no other setting he will make, because he is not going to calculate anything. That is why he will not make any settings. Just simply he will enter the purchase entry in the purchase voucher. He will make the entry just like other purchases. He will make the purchase entry. That's all. And after entering the GST tax, and after that, he will mention this. He will show this TCS receivable, because the TCS collected by the seller, he will show in this TCS receivable after the taxes, and the total amount will be the total value of the, the total purchase invoice. So that's all. Only one thing he will do. He will create TCS receivable under current assets account, under current assets group. He will create, and that he will show that TCS to be paid to the seller. That will be mentioned in that. That's all. No other setting, no other calculation will be made by him. The rate is 1%, 1%, 0.1% with PAN, and 0.1%, 1% without PAN. Okay, now we will go to the seller, and we will take a problem here. I'll take up some problems. So first of all, so TCS and purchase is also called TCS only. Seller also calls it as TCS, tax collected source. For buyer also, it is TCS only. TCS paid on purchases. Okay. So now we will take a problem now. So we'll take up a problem now. So here, in this case, so purchase from Ramana Industries. So he's purchasing. So purchasing means here, he will create the company. I already created the company. Purchase, TCS on purchase of goods. So creation of the company, everything is same. And after creating, so it will ask you, it will show you the, F11 features after creation. But if it's an existing company, we have to press F11 and we have to go to the F11 features. So everything is same. Accounts, maintain accounts, bill-wise entry, everything there, and maintain inventory, integrate accounts with inventory. And here we have to, the GST details, we have to give all the details of the GST, including the GST number. That's all. And after that, buyer will not make any settings in the, because this is related to TCS. In the TCS, he will not make any settings, because the TCS number, TAN number is required to the seller only, because he has to collect the TCS. For collecting TCS, he must have the TAN number, and he has to give the TAN number. But buyer, he will not give anything, because he will not make any settings. Now that's why he need not activate any other settings in the F11 features. Save it. So directly we'll go to the voucher. So in the voucher, we'll go to purchase voucher. So purchase voucher. And one more thing is, when the seller is calculating the TCS, so you have to see the amount on which the amount is, TCS is to be calculated. For this purpose, here he will not take the common ledger. He will close the common ledger. The common ledger will be shown after the transaction. After the stock item amount is entered, it will ask the record. That is, it will ask the common ledger. The common ledger will not be here. The purchase ledger or sales ledger will be shown there only. That's why here. But in the case of buyer, he need not do anything. No settings, no calculations. That is why he will use the common ledger also. So here you see, first of all, number 100124. We'll take the rate 2424, and then my invoice number is 001. Okay. And then the name of the buyer is Ramana Industries. So Ramana Industries also I created already. See, Ramana Industries. So here Ramana Industries, same thing. There will be no nature of goods, TCS applicable, nothing will be there, because we have not activated anything. So Ramana Industries, Sunday Creators, bill-wise in details. Yes, that's all. But here we have to give the thing. See here, you have to take the number, and we have to give the PAN card number. So I printed I pasted the number. This is a GST number. So sorry, go to the end. So remove 3 digits, come to the beginning, remove 2 digits. So that will be the PAN card number, and the GST registration number we will enter. That's all. And then accept this. So that's all. And then accept. Now here we will give purchases, because We are not giving purchases at the later stage. Here itself, common ledger you can use. So purchases we are taking. This is the tax classification. It automatically takes the sales, that purchases local, that it will take as purchase taxable. It will automatically take. Then what is the goods we are selling? Item B, one number 25 lakhs. So item B I created. Item B, one number 25 lakhs. 25 lakhs is given. And then go to the next one. So it is not asking here. You see, after this, it is not asking that. What is that? It is not asking the purchase ledger. And it is not in the asking the TCS, what you call TCS nature of goods. Nothing is asking because we are not calculating anything. So then go to the down and then charge the tax. So CGST. Yes, here also it is not asking any accessible value, nature of goods. It is not asking because we are not making any settings. And then after this, here only after completing this, here we have to show the tax. So collected by him, that is collected and payable to government. He says, seller says, TCS payable on sales. Here, this is TCS receivable because we are paying to seller. He will pay to government. Our money will be the government, with the government. That is why it is an asset we have to create. Okay. So here the total amount is 29 lakhs 50,000. 29 lakhs 50,000. 29 lakhs 50,000 means the limit is 50 lakhs. So up to 50 lakhs, there is no TCS. That's why in this invoice, that is the sales invoice, which is sent by the seller to us, so there will be no TCS. So here also we will not calculate or we will not enter any TCS. Okay. So now we will save this. So the invoice is, that mean purchase entry is saved. Next again the same thing you see. This is the entry, and from the same person, the same party, again purchased on 1/5, we purchase. So we go to the purchase date 1/5. So 1/5 you are purchasing. Ah, 1/5 you are purchasing. So number is 005. So the 005 is the number. Party is the same, Ramana Industries, and then purchases, and then the item is same item, item B. So item B here, 1 unit, that is 1 piece, and 32 lakhs. 32 lakhs is the price. So 32 lakhs. Here also nothing is there. So CGST and then SGST. Now you see the old amount is already, see, 29 lakhs 50,000 plus this amount is 37 lakhs 76,000. 37 lakhs 60,000. Total amount is 67 lakh 26,000 with this bill. So now in this exempted limit is 50 lakhs. So the balance is 17 lakhs 26,000. 17 lakhs 26,000 on that. So he will, when he send this invoice, in this invoice, he will mention 0.1% on 17 lakhs 26,000 because the total 50 lakhs completed, and after that is the extra amount, additional amount. So 0.1%, if you calculate, it will be 1,726. So here we have to mention the 1,726. So we create the account. See here, this is the account we created. See, TCS receivable. To know, remember that just in purchase, with brackets, we put purchases. So here, current assets we are creating. It is a current asset till the year end. Current assets and accept that's all. So here, it has to calculate. But here you see, no amount is calculated because we are not making any settings. So it will not calculate the amount. So we have to enter the amount manually. So what is the amount here? 1,726. So here 1,726. We have to enter manually. But this can be, we can make this as automatic also. But if you make it automatic, on the total amount it will calculate. So this, for example, here, this is the total amount 32 plus 37 change. So the total amount it will calculate because it will not take the exemption limit into account because it is not concerned with, we are not calculating anything. So much is exempted, so much is to be calculated. No calculations are made, no settings are made. In this case, it will not take the exemption limit also. That is why we have to enter manually here till the exemption limit is crossed. After the exemption limit is crossed, first time we have to put it manually. We have to put the TCS manually. And after that, so on every bill, we calculate on the total amount. And we calculate on the total amount. There is no exemption. Exemption is completed. That is why from next bill onwards, we can make it automatic. We can make it automatic. So after crossing the, which bill it is crossing, in any bill, it will cross the amount. So the bill in which the exemption limit is crossing, so the extra amount we have to calculate. So that is calculated by the seller. In his invoice, he will mention the TCS. So that amount we have to put manually first time. And so it is accepted. Okay. So I have completed manually I am putting. Okay. Now in the next bill onwards, calculate on total time, total amount. So here again, the same thing, come down here. 32 lakhs. Then again purchase from same Ramana on 25. So now the invoice number is, date is 25 and invoice number is 008. So 008 is the invoice number. Again, same Ramana Enterprises, Ramana Industries, accept, purchases, and same. Then same item B only. So same item B. Here you see, same item B. Here, what is the amount you purchased? So two numbers, 2,50,000 each. So two numbers, two pieces, 2,50,000 each. That means total is 5 lakhs. So then come down. So here, come down, CGST, then SGST. So now the total amount is 5,90,000 rupees. So the exemption already crossed in the last bill. Now we have to calculate on this total amount, 5,90,000 into 0.1% will be 590 rupees. You have to calculate. That is the amount. So we can manually, you can enter, no problem. He is sending the bill. So in the bill, he will show 590 rupees because on the total amount it is calculating now. Whatever the, even if it is 50 lakhs also, we calculate on the 50 lakhs with GST. So 590 we had to put here. So what we have to do is here, TCS on purchase of goods. Here also, it's not calculating anything. So why is not calculating? We have to enter manually. 590 rupees we have to enter manually. Or if you want to make it automatic, what we have to do is here in the rate column, we have to give 0.1%. See, 590 is calculating. Actually, it will not calculate 590. It will calculate only 500 it will calculate because we are not making any settings. That's why it will calculate only on the actual, taxable value only. All 5 lakhs only it will calculate. So 5 lakhs into 0.1%, it will calculate only. If you put this 0.1% here, it will calculate only on the taxable value. But we have to calculate on the total value, including the GST. Then we have to do is, we have to go to F12. See in the tax details, sometimes in the bank details, it will show calculate tax on current subtotal. After the goods, we are catching tax. After the tax, total amount is called as subtotal. So you have to, otherwise, see here, else calculations are on inventory total only. If you don't make it yes, then calculation will be made only on inventory values. So we have done this. Now, if you do like that, so on this also, that is on the GST also, the tax is calculated. So if you give the percent here, automatically it will calculate here. Without putting here, we can make another setting. So automatically, if you put here, automatically 10.1% will come here and calculation also will come here. You know how? So how to it is to make it automatic, even this percentage also here in this, when you are creating this, we are created under current assets. Go to current assets group. So again, control enter. So the group, you go to the group. Here you see used for calculation, make it yes. Make it yes. Then it will ask you the percentage of calculation, 0.1%, how to calculate on total sales. So if you make this, see, if you make it, see automatically, if we, that one and this one also, this also we have to make yes. Then see it's automatically now. If you give this, automatically percent and amount is shown. Okay, so it's okay, but it is always better to enter this rate manually here, because 1 minute I'll tell you. Here we will remove this. Here we will remove. Control enter. Control enter. We will not make this setting, because if you don't make this setting, it's okay. Because the problem is, if you make the setting in the current assets, that is in this group, current assets group, if you make settings, it will calculate automatically on every amount. For example, you are purchasing from Ramana. Okay, so this is the thing. Suppose you are purchasing from some other person. From that other person also, you are a customer. So from the seller point of view, the 50 lakhs limit is exempted for every customer. So for Ramana Industries, we are a customer. You will exempt 50 lakhs. You are purchasing from X. So that supplier, seller also will exempt 50 lakhs for that also. So for each supplier also 10 lakhs is 50 lakhs is exempted to the buyer, because we are customer to each buyer, each seller. That is why in that case, if you purchase from some other person also, it will automatically calculate again. That is why it is better you don't calculate here. You can give percentage here. You can give percentage here, and just after this, just calculate put this, take this TCS receivable, give 0.1. So whenever is required to be calculated, give this one. Otherwise, if it is first bill not crossing 50 lakhs, don't give the percentage, put the amount manually from the seller's invoice. After crossing that, just give this percentage, 0.1%, automatically it will calculate on the total amount. So this is the thing. Manually, I means here we have to give manually the percentage only. If you give, it will calculate. If you make the setting in the assets, it will calculate to everyone. So for every supplier, for our supplier, from every supplier, we will get 50 lakhs exemption. So for this we make, so other persons, it will calculate totally. It will not give you exemption. That is why first for from every seller, supplier, we are purchasing till 50 lakhs crossed, and the first bill after crossing, we have to put manually. And after that only, we can give the percent here. It will give percent. One is the percent, and another one is here in the F12, tax details, calculate tax on current subtotal. These two settings we have to make. That one we have to make, and then here give the percentage automatically on the total amount, it will calculate. So from next bill onwards, you have to do like this. Understand? So here, so this is the problem. So, and this is the problem. First bill, the exemption limit is not crossed. The exemption limit is crossed in the second bill. In this problem, in the second problem, first bill itself, limit is crossed. So in the first bill, the extra amount, we have to calculate the tax with the help of manually. We have to put, we cannot calculate. We have to put manually in when the exemption limit is crossed. And there is second bill. In the second bill, so exemption is already crossed. So in the second bill, so after giving the TCS on purchases, the TCS receivable on purchases, if you give percent, it will calculate automatically. Don't make the setting in current assets group. If you do that, it will calculate to all the other sellers, it will calculate the tax. But not the case for every seller from which we are purchasing, from whom we are purchasing, we will get exemption of 50 lakhs from every seller. So seller point of view, exemption is available to every buyer. So from buyer point of view, exemption is available from every seller. For one seller, I am one customer. So I get the eligibility. I get the exemption of 50 lakhs. For another customer, another seller, I am a customer. I am also customer for him. So I will get exemption. Like that, 50 lakhs exemption we get from every seller. Every seller will give the exemption, is applicable to every buyer as well as from the buyer point of view. It is available from every seller. That is why first time after crossing that limit, then enter and manually from the buyer's invoice, seller's invoice. After that, just you give the percent, automatically it will calculate. But don't forget, calculate tax on certain subtotal. Then only it will calculate. Otherwise, it will calculate only on the taxable value only. Okay. So this is this problem. And this problem also, which one I did, this also you practice, just pause the video, see the problem and practice this also. And this also you do for yourself. Definitely you will get these two problems. If you cancel delete that and again practice, again delete, again practice, like that. If you practice 2-3 times all the two problems, you will get good knowledge. Okay, so this is the thing about this. This is called as TCS on purchases. That is TCS receivable on purchase. That is TCS nature of goods is TCS on sale of goods in the seller books. That account is tax account is TCS payable bracket sales. That is the created under duties and taxes in the books. But in the buyer books, he will not make any settings or he will not make any duties and taxes. This is an asset. So he will get TCS receivable or TCS on purchases or TCS receivable within brackets purchases. It is asset created under current assets. And that is the thing difference. There it is calculating and collecting and paying to the government. It is created under duties and taxes. Here it is an only asset. It will be the government till the year end. It is a current asset. So with this, I close this topic. And I wish you all practice well, learn well, and get good knowledge and become good accountants. So wish you all the best. And bye for today. We'll meet in the next video. Bye.